Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe my channel. The morning sun streamed through the high studio windows, catching in 1,000 dust motes that danced like gold glitter in the warm key lights. Elias Vance, a man whose face had been a familiar, comforting presence in living rooms for 2 decades, settled into the familiar leather chair. Across from him, beaming with conspiratorial energy, was his co-host, Clara. "So, Elias," Claire began, leaning forward, her eyes twinkling, "the internet is buzzing. My phone has been blowing up. There's a rumor, a very specific one, about a change." Elias chuckled, a rich, warm sound that was part of his brand. He ran a self-conscious hand through his hair, a thick, distinguished head of silver that had been his trademark for the last 10 years. Viewers had watched it transition from pepper and salt to this full, elegant gray. It was part of his identity, as much as his well-tailored suits and his calm baritone. "A rumor, you say?" He played along, a smirk tugging at his lips. "I can't imagine what you are referring to." "Oh, I think you can," Clara pressed, grinning. "People are saying they've seen things, that the iconic Elias Vance look might be evolving." The studio audience let out a murmur of excited anticipation. A producer off camera gave a thumbs up. This was the segment they'd been teasing all week. Elias sighed, a mock serious expression on his face. "You've caught me. It's true. I've done something." He paused, letting the suspense build. "I felt it was time for a shift, a new chapter, you could say. This old look," he gestured to his head, "it served me well. But you have to change with the times, don't you? Keep things fresh." Clara's eyes widened with genuine curiosity. "A new chapter? Elias, are we talking about a trim, a new styling product, or something more dramatic?" He laughed again, shaking his head. "I'd call it more than a trim. It was a moment of inspiration. I looked in the mirror and thought, why not? Life's too short to always play it safe." The studio was utterly captivated. What could he have done? Had he gone blonde, shaved it all off, donned a daring modern undercut? The possibilities were endless, and the audience was on the edge of their seats. "Well," Clara finally demanded, unable to bear the suspense any longer, "don't keep us in agony. When do we get to see? Do we get a reveal?" Elias's smile was soft, almost secretive. He reached not for a photograph or a screen, but into the inner pocket of his jacket. He pulled out a small, worn, leather-bound book. "The reveal is now," he said quietly. A hush fell over the studio. The cameras zoomed in. This was not what anyone was expecting. Elias held up the book. It was a journal. "This," he said, his voice dropping into a more intimate register, "is the change. The new chapter. For 20 years, I've been reporting on the stories of others, but I have a story too, my story. I've been writing a memoir." He let the words hang in the air. The transformation wasn't a haircut. It was a metamorphosis of purpose. "It's about growing up, about the stories behind the stories," he continued, his gaze thoughtful. "It's about learning, changing, and yes, getting gray hair along the way. This," he tapped the journal, "is me pulling back the curtain. It's the most personal thing I've ever done." Clara was speechless for a moment, her earlier teasing replaced by a deep look of respect. "Elias, that's incredible. So the new look, it's on the inside." "It's on the page," he corrected gently. "The outside is just the same old me. But the man inside, he's finally ready to share his own narrative." The studio erupted in warm, appreciative applause. The reveal was so much more profound than a simple change of appearance. It was a lesson in not judging a book by its cover, in the deepest transformations being the ones we can't see. Later, as the show went to a commercial break, Elias caught his reflection in a monitor. The same silver hair, the same familiar face. But he felt different, lighter. He had shared his secret and in doing so, had truly stepped into his new chapter. The most exciting changes he realized weren't always the ones you could see with the naked eye.